Two breakout Olympic players are getting a shot in the NBA this year. One, Gershon Yabusele, back after dunking all over LeBron James. The other, 5'8" Yuki Kawamura. Pictures of him went viral after standing next to a 7'3" giant Victor Webmanyama. Oh, but the French wanted nothing to do with Lil Yuki. Japan versus France. Yuki scored 10 points and dished 2 assists in the first quarter to set the tone. Kid fearlessly drove to the basket, whipped around passes, and hit clutch shots. Then, looked like Japan was screwed because Rui Hachimura, their only NBA rotation player, got ejected in the fourth quarter. But Yuki took over. He scored or assisted all 12 of Japan's final points before overtime. And yes, they lost in OT. But it took two of the best defensive players alive to stop him, Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama. Yuki dropped 29.7 boards and 6 assists. Somebody give this man an NBA roster spot. So the Grizzlies said, come on down to Memphis. They invited Yuki to training camp, and now he is the new shortest player in the NBA. But making the league wasn't even his dream. But Sorare is back, baby, and they are giving AM Hoops viewers free NBA tickets. I'll tell you how to win, but there's also cash available in Sorare. I'm talking up to $45,000 per game week, which run Monday to Thursday, then Friday through Sunday. That is over 4x from last year. But if you've never played, it's a unique NBA fantasy game. You collect and play player cards for weekly and now daily games. So when you sign up for free, you get to pick an MVP player, get your first set of cards, play your first free game. I picked 5 studs to dominate. But again, there are rewards. The first limited game here has $9K in cash at stake, up to rare, eventually unique, with $13K to the winners. You can sign up with my link, which is in the description, and you get 20% off up to $100 in credit to buy cards for those cash games that are a ton of fun to play. But free tickets. All you gotta do is sign up for Sorare NBA using my link in the description, then comment your username below. 2 tickets to any NBA game subject to availability. So come play Sorare NBA this year with me. It is a great way to follow the league all year long and score some free tickets. Yuki said growing up, he just wanted to represent Japan like his idol, Yuki Togashi, who put the country on his back at 5'6". But Togashi never made the NBA. So Kawamura figured it wasn't in the cards for him. He grew up loving basketball and led his high school to back-to-back national championships. Then, Yuki dropped out of college to turn pro, and at 18 years old, became the youngest player ever in Japan's top league. But being Japanese is actually more rare than being 5'8" in the league. In fact, there have been only 3 other Japanese-born NBA players, and all since 2005. And it's not like Japanese people don't play sports. We've got Shohei Ohtani in baseball, Naomi Osaka in tennis, Hideki Matsuyama in golf. So why aren't there Japanese NBA players? Because Japanese people could not care less about basketball. A survey asked Japanese citizens about their favorite sport. Now, some people said they had 2 favorite sports, so the percentage is over 100. But it's baseball, sumo wrestling, that is not a stereotype, it's legit. Soccer, tennis, golf, boxing, then basketball at 7th. Just ahead of hillbilly sports like racing cars and pro wrestling. What are we doing? But being short obviously matters. The average height of an NBA player is 6'7", but there have been 8 players 5'8" or shorter since 1976. Jacob Gilyard, Charlie Cross, Monty Toe, Keith Jennings, Greg Grant, Spud Webb, Earl Boykins, and Muggsy Bogues. And the ironic part, the best one was the shortest one. 5'3" Muggsy Bogues had a 14-year NBA career. The average career length is 5 years. But Muggsy was part of maybe the best high school team ever. They went 60-0 and had 3 #1 picks. He was taken 12th overall by DC, and fans were pissed. They were like, why'd you take him? This is just a marketing stunt, because we just drafted the tallest player ever, Manute Bol. And yes, maybe it was a marketing stunt, but we got this iconic photo. But the Grizz just did the exact same thing. Their first round pick was Zach Edey, who is 7'4", 1 inch taller than Victor Wembanyama. So they recreated the iconic photo because they have the tallest and the shortest NBA players. Now, the next shortest guy on the all-time short NBA list is Spud Webb. He became famous in the 1986 dunk contest. His teammate Dominique Wilkins figured, This isn't going to be much of a competition because his usual enemy in the dunk contest, Michael Jordan, was out with a foot injury. But Nick was shocked because he had never even seen his 5'6" teammate Spud Webb dunk in practice. But they were the last two men standing in the dunk contest, and Spud's final dunk was a big bounce, self-pass off the glass right-hand dunk. A perfect 50. Nick got a 48 and the crowd went crazy. Obviously, they were rooting for a 5'6" rookie to win, and that was kind of the highlight of Spud's career. But there's a chance that Yuki plays more like Muggsy Bogues. The Grizz invited him because they needed point guard depth after Derrick Rose retired. But there's no guarantee that he would actually get an NBA contract from training camp. But over just 2 preseason games, he racked up 15 assists and already has a signature move. Watch Yuki dish a no-look pass to Zach Edey for the dunk. How much fun would that be to see in the regular season? But Yuki is more than just flash and no-look passes. When he turned pro in Japan, he won Rookie of the Year and then won MVP. His performance in the Olympics was just the next step to prove that he belongs. And one of his biggest supporters on the team, Ja Morant.
Yuki.
Yes, sir, Presto.
I mean, Ja literally just tweeted a picture of Yuki. No caption, just a picture. Big fan. So 2 days before the season, Memphis announced that Yuki Kawamura earned a 2-way contract, which means that he will spend a lot of time in the G League, but can play up to 50 NBA games this year. He wrote a heartfelt thank you on his IG and chose to wear number 17, same as Shohei Ohtani, the most famous Japanese pro athlete in America, which was actually a coincidence, but Yuki says he's gonna roll with it. So how good is Yuki actually? Will we see him in the NBA? Well, his biggest strength is passing. Dude had 10 assists per 36 minutes, which is number 3 overall in the NBA preseason. It's almost like every pass is a no-look pass, but that's not good enough to get NBA minutes. You gotta have more. Biggest question mark, obviously, is defense. It's why Trae Young has struggled despite being one of the best offensive players alive. Why Isaiah Thomas doesn't have a job anymore. But Yuki is different. Watch dude give 100% effort in his very first NBA game. Surprisingly, sticks to his man throughout possessions despite screens and affects the shot of a guy who's a foot taller than him. My only concern is the effort level of the other players here. Like, guys just don't care as much in the preseason, and those plays could look a lot different in the regular season. So his actual weakness is finishing inside, because Yuki didn't make a single shot inside the three-point line all preseason. Now, he made up for that with his passes, but he has got to figure out how to get to the rim or hit a ton of threes, which he did in the Olympics. Dude shot 41% from deep on 11 attempts a game, which is literally Steph Curry level. But in the preseason, Yuki hit 25% and 21% from the field overall. He would have to dramatically improve that to get any minutes in the NBA. It's why he had so much success at the Olympics, so hopefully he figures it out. Yuki said, playing basketball at this size is very challenging. I believe that differences in height and jumping ability can be overcome, though, with determination. I hope seeing me will encourage kids who do not have size to not give up. Now, in terms of the depth chart, this is a look at who gets guard minutes ahead of Yuki. Ja is number 1, then Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, then Scottie Pippen Jr. There'd have to be a ton of injuries, or Yuki makes so much noise in the G League, he leaves him no choice. So no, Yuki is not at all a lock to have success in the NBA, but earning this 2-way contract is a huge step for the now shortest guy in the league. But at least there's a chance for him, because there is a long list of players this year who were just kicked out of the NBA. That includes guys like Markelle Fultz, Nas Little, Dennis Smith Jr. So I had to look at players who do not have an NBA team anymore and what happened to potentially in their careers.